Let me see. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Why? Okay, it's back. I was having mic problems, y'all. I thought I had my mic hooked all the way up good. I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. But anywho, welcome to Wednesday. I gave my whole little spiel in the beginning. Now I want to do it again. But welcome to SW Live. Welcome to Wednesday, y'all. We got a brand new good show for y'all today. I know I did say that last week we had a really great show. We had B on, and we're gonna always bring B on, bring him back, because he be coming to drop that knowledge. Good gems too, good gems. So welcome. Hello to everybody as you slide in. And we get the show going. We'll go ahead and start with the quote of the day. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. And that's very, very true, because you definitely want to be the person that's in charge of all things you. Even though that, we do have the faith, and we do have the spiritual beliefs that we do allow to consume us as well. But we have to make sure that the things that we choose to do and the goals that we have are more so for ourselves, and not because of people or things, or those people just being a part of you or whatever. They could still be a part of you without it actually having to stop you from being happy and doing the things that you want to do. So the quote is definitely it stands true, and you want to your own happiness and your own success and your own on your own lane in general. It's something that you should want to have developed, and it's something that you should want to work on for you, and make sure that you're doing the things that make you happy, because it's important. You don't want to be dealing with just getting up every day just going. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your goal? What's your motivation? You know, what is it? You have to have something there that's making you go every day. And we're gonna talk about those different type of drives and those different reasons for why you do stuff. So let's get into it. The the ambiance of your life, like the tones you set, the people who you allow in it, the way you move, the way you shuffle throughout doing the things that you want to do. All of that is ambiguous to the choices that you're making and the things that you're wanting to do to make your life better. So if you know that you're not setting real life goals, then you may want to start working on that, because that may be some of the reasons why things are not going in the direction that you want it to go, because you're not doing things in the direction that you should be doing it in. And I don't care how many times a person falls. What matters more is that you get up. So you can fall, you can continue to fall, but make sure you seeing why you fall. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't make it an insanity thing where it's just keep happening and keep happening and you doing the same things. No, don't make it insanity, but at least know why you're falling. At least try to change. I got chapstick on my teeth. I'm in my lips. At least try to change um those reasons why you keep going those same directions, instead of making a new direction, or instead of trying to have the same goals, but you may have to go a different route to get there. Okay, so as I'm not a big fan of a lot of Western philosophers, but I do like this quote. I do like what Albert Einstein said here, where he said, if you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. I really believe in self-preservation, as I do believe in the fact that we all should be as one, helping each other, especially culturally. But I'm also a huge believer in self-preservation. You have to make sure you fit and you straight and you in a good mindset and you good before you can try to be a good benefit to someone else, because it does take a lot on you when you opening up yourself to someone else while you already going through something and you trying to fix something with yourself. And that kind of is going to weigh on you a little bit. So you need to make sure that before you allow it to weigh on you, that you are at a point in your life where you're okay with accepting trying to help. Meaning you've done the work for yourself. You've done all that good shit. All right. So let's talk about it. To benefit from your life, what choices are you making? In which directions are you going to make the most of what you want in your life? Now, we all have said, I want to do this, I want to do that, and we may not have even went in any direction to go and do it. We may have not even started to see which way we want to do that particular thing, because a lot of times when we have little small goals and there's things that we want to do before we retire or before we get too old, we put it off. But if it's a goal that's going to benefit you, wouldn't you want to take some steps into making sure you are accomplishing those goals, right? Yes, we would. So to benefit from your life, what choices are you making, and which directions are you going to make the most of what you want from your life? And that's going to start from you learning from the past and you using aspiration from the future to guide you, because your surroundings, your what you wanted to do, the things that you told yourself you wanted to do while you were growing up, the knowledge that you gave yourself, the knowledge that you were given as you were being raised, all that is a guidance level to you starting to see what it is that you want to do. It helps to guide you. It puts you in a better perspective. It puts you in a better place, and it gets you prepared for something that you didn't even know that had to be prepared for. You just think, because a lot of times we think because people are doing things that you could just go do it. So no, you gotta be mentally, physically, financially. It's preparations that come along with those things. Okay. Knowing yourself at your core, and start small to find your likes and dislikes. I want us to be realistic about these goals. I want us to be realistic about the things that we're putting out there. I want us to be honest with ourselves and not be lying to ourselves, telling ourselves, self, today I'm gonna wake up and go jog a mile. Don't lie to self, because when you lie to self, if you can lie to yourself, you can lie to anybody. You got to trust you first. So don't lie to self. Make self at least want to be somebody that you can be comfortable talking to. But if you don't lie to yourself many, 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 many times, how are you even going to be comfortable telling yourself something truthful? Stop lying. Be honest. Be honest. Okay. Having a sense of purpose is associated with health benefits. So your sense of purpose is going to help you live better. It's going to give you better direction in your health walk. It's going to make sure that you are guiding yourself properly in the right direction to eating better, looking better, feeling better, living better, all those good things. Okay. And stop wasting time. It's so valuable. Time is very, very valuable, and we do not have a lot of it. Unbeknownst to many of us, we do not have a lot of time. And we don't know, because we don't know. We just don't know. It's just things, when it comes to time and when it comes to things that are going to happen in time, we have no control over that. We don't know what's going to happen 150 times throughout the day, and many things happen in a day. You got 50 states, 51. Many things happen throughout a day. So you don't have much control over the time you have. So let alone thinking that you can control how much longer you have on this earth. No, you got to do your stuff. You got to put them goals and put that stuff and put those actions into play. Has to be done. Okay. Has to be done. All right. So we're going to talk about the reasons to live your life with purpose and how you're doing it, what you're doing to benefit your life. Let me be frank. As far as none of us have it all together, you know what I'm saying? So none of us can just sit up here and say that we walk the life of total preparation. No, none of us can say that we didn't walk into any brick walls. along the way to get us to where we're going. I mean, everybody has had a struggle. Everybody has had a loss. No, all everybody hasn't just won completely. You know what I'm saying? Um, and if you have, you definitely haven't learned any lessons along the way, because then it you're just given things, you're just given opportunities, you're just given monies, you're just given the baton is just being passed, basically. um but for us that do know that it takes work to envelop and develop what you're trying to get out of your life, and during to make it a benefit for you, so you're not just getting up every day unhappy, looking crazy, not wanting to do life. It takes time to get to that level of peace and understanding that I worked hard for this, I deserve this. So if you're actually putting in that work to get something that you know you deserve and something that you desire, enjoy it. But you got to work for it. I mean, you got to go out there and do it. You have to go, and we don't have to be those people that are employed all the way up until we're 70 and 75. No, you have the opportunities now to do it differently than it had to be done before. You don't have to do all that. You can find ways to make your money more residual now. You can find ways to get your goals accomplished now. All those things now that you want to make happen, you can make it happen. You just got to get off your ass and do it differently. It can't just be that one direction. And then, because if that one direction don't work, we be getting off frustrated and like, I don't want to do it no more. I done tried. You try one time. One time. If this is something that's important to you, you're going to try more than one. You just have to try it in different ways. If that one time that way don't succeed, bring somebody else in with a different resource or a different mind frame or a different direction, so that they can take it, swerve it a little bit. But for the most part, work it. But you can't just say one time. You can't just be no one hitter quitter. You just can't. That's lazy. And then you sit around after that, you end up being a hindrance to your life because you're telling yourself why you couldn't do it. You're telling yourself that the world don't matter no more and that people ain't really there for you how you think they supposed to be there for you. All kind of bullshit you put in your head when it all falls on you to make sure that you are taken care of and making sure that you're being responsible with your goals. All right. So, reasons to live your life with purpose. And this purpose is to make sure that we are being a benefit to ourselves. If we're not being a benefit to ourselves, we are not good to us. We've been a hindrance if we ain't no benefit. Definitely being a hindrance if you ain't no benefit. It's don't waste your own time, let alone wasting other people's. Don't waste people's time. All right, the first one we're gonna start off with is happiness. Happiness is including a range of positive feelings from pleasure to life satisfaction to the sense of contribution to a larger purpose. And its play in your life on benefits is that if you're not happy, you can't get stuff done. If you're not happy, you're not going to enjoy what the hell you getting up to do every single day. If you're not happy, hola, sister. If you're not happy, you're not even like now if you're not happy internally, it's going to start showing on your outside. That lack of smiling, that the fact that you ain't giving yourself the prettiness that you should desire for yourself, the fact that you're just standing like you just up every day, you just going every day, you just living. That's happiness. That's sad. That's sad actually. Because why? Why are we not doing the things that we should be doing that are going to make us why are we not showing ourselves happiness? And if it's going to make our days better, if it's going to make us want to accomplish things more, why would we be holding back that type of happiness from ourselves? You miserable as fuck if you mean to yourself. That's misery. And I'm not bringing me down. If I can't be happy each day, and I promise you, I make it a ritual to be happy every day that I get up. I don't care if I'm tired. I don't care if I don't want to do it. I might drag a little bit because I'm a little bit. I might hit snooze twice. I promise, because I needed those extra 14 minutes. I promise you, I did. I'm not playing. I hit them. I hit snooze twice because I said it's gonna be 6 minutes the first snooze, 6 minutes. I mean 7 minutes the first snooze, 7 minutes the second snooze. That's 14 more minutes. I'm going to take it, and then I'm going to get up and I'm going to go about my day. It's a ritual for me to make sure that I wake up and be in a good mood. Because I'm gonna treat Shelby good first, and then it's gonna make it much easier for me to treat everybody else that's around me good. Be nice to people without being nasty, so how can I go out and abstain and get good at shit that I want to do if I'm not even happy? I can't focus on a goal. Focus on a goal. No, you can't do that when you're not happy. You can't. You can't. Okay. Happiness. So you want to make sure that you are doing the steps that it takes to keep you happy. It starts with you first. All right. Healthy habits. Start forming them while you're younger. If I got people on here that's listening that are younger, start forming your healthy habits now, because it's going to make it much easier, and then you can process them more as a daily routine. It won't be just a habit. It'll be a full-blown routine of what your body is used to, what your brain is used to, what your self-control is used to, everything. Like, so make sure you are taking the opportunity to focus on healthy habits now. Even if you're not healthy all the time, you are at least ingrained in knowing what those healthy habits are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to at least have a pattern for yourself. And then it'll give you the opportunity. Like I said, it may not be something that you're generating and doing every single day, but it's at least something that you have the focus of doing. So, you know, if you fall off track, you know how to get back on track, because you've already formed those healthy habits. You just don't want to start late and then you set in your ways now. That really be true. When the people used to say that when we was growing up, oh, she's set in her ways, don't worry about it. And that's true, because as soon as you think that it's okay for you to go tell somebody something about them, they don't give a damn. They honestly feel like you could have kept that to yourself. You coming to tell me something about me that I've been doing for me? They don't care about that. They do not care about that. They want you to get out their face. All right. So get you some healthy habits together now. Start forming better eating habits, drinking habits. Set yourself a schedule on when you're gonna do things that you shouldn't be doing to your body. If it's gonna happen once a month, line up what you're supposed to do for the rest of that month to your body to make it regain all the electrolytes and all the nasty shit, letting it go and making it regain all the good stuff that your body already needed. So yeah, you want to make sure that you just want to make sure that you forming those habits now, because these things help your goals. It ain't, being happy, having healthy habits. And healthy habits are not just eating. Healthy habits are things that are helping you maintain, making sure that you are achieving your goals. Those are all healthy habits. Writing in your journal what you did that day, or writing down an agenda of what you're going to be doing the next time you go focus on your goals. Those are healthy habits. Okay. All right. Stronger personal relationships. Ooh, huge. Higher ratings for the belief that that life is worthwhile, while correlated to the likelihood of having a life partner, less risk of divorce, more contact with friends, memberships in various organizations, volunteering, and getting to know people. So they're telling you that you can build stronger relationships without even being married. You can still have those real strong bonds with people. So for the people who are single, if you're out here single and you feeling like you can't form certain bonds with certain people, you may be tricking yourself off the streets from being around people who can help you stay on track with what you got going on, because you ain't trying to form bonds with them because you think that you're supposed to just be by yourself all the time. That's weird. It's weird. We're gonna form healthy habits with people while we network. We're gonna form healthy habits with people while we hang out. You may go to a bar, to a restaurant or whatever, and be sitting up at the bar and end up talking to somebody who could be the CEO of a corporation that you really enjoy working and or buying from and spending money with. And next thing you know, you done ran into the CEO. You don't know what you never know. That's why if you're doing the things right if you're doing the things to really benefit yourself, you put yourself in places and circles and things around people who you never knew you would be around. That's what you do. You do that. You do stuff like that when you aligning yourself properly with your goals. You do that. You really do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, Diallo. We close doors. We don't even want to leave the house. We be stuck in our own ways and stuff. And then we end up suffering. We do be closing doors. When there's so many ways that you can have doors open for yourself, you would rather choose to close it. And you don't even know. You don't even know. You don't even know that you're closing the door. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't even know that door was even cracked open a little bit for you. You don't even know it because you didn't give yourself the opportunity. You didn't even do it. You played. You played. So, and then you go back to that. Are you benefiting? Are you being a benefit to your life, or are you being a hindrance? You got to make better choices. Don't close them doors. Y'all made a huge point. We be in rooms already. We have the opportunity. And then we close the door. It's a lot of things that we're doing. We will hinder ourselves from when it comes to our goals because of stuff like that. It happens daily. Definitely tend to shut down. We definitely do. And some of the people that you tend to shut down from, like I said, could help you build and help you network better. But it could also be the answer to all your questions and all the walks that you've done, those late nights. It could be everything. Give it the opportunity. Just do it. All right. Our next one's gonna be wealth. Wealth. Because you can be rich in so many ways. You can be rich in so many ways. Hold on, really quick. Our sense of purpose tends to change when people, and this is why it's so important to know yourself. Our sense of purpose can change with how another person makes us see certain things, right? You may have not taken the opportunity to even think about it that way. And that it could either be something that's going to be beneficial to you, or it could be something that can stop you and slow you down. But main purpose is to see what it is that's hiding in the shadows, because everything, like we already know, that we tend to shut down. What if what if the answer to your situation is waiting for you to be the loud one to grab at it, and it's over there quiet? You know what I'm saying? What if that happens? You can't grasp a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of monies, a wealth of information. You can't grasp any of that unless you go and seek it. We have the opportunity to open the doors, but stay shut in. It's all right. It's okay if you know, because that is knowledge of self. Now, what it is if you know and you just continue to keep doing it. In the beginning of this conversation, I said insanity is what's going to continue to harp on us about what we're not doing right. insanity, because we're doing the same things over and over. We got the same goal in mind, and then we keep taking the same route to try to get to the end game. You need a different route. Keep the goal, but you need a different route. Engagement, definitely. What engagement creates that. Engagement creates wealth. The sense of purpose was associated with greater prosperity, including income, paid employment, assets, even after taking baseline wealth into account. You can have the minimum finances, just enough to keep you comfortable enough on survival mode, because you can still be. Let's say it's a little up past survival mode. It's not. It's to where you comfortable and you're also able to afford additional things. Okay, so your life is good. So let's say we get to a level of that, and then I was just thinking about how your life can actually transform immediately. But let's say you get to that level or whatever, and now you're like, I don't want to do a whole lot more because I'm comfortable right here. I got my good I got my good income, my retirement coming in, blah, 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 blah. I'm good. All right. That's the baseline form of it. That's where you worked enough to be comfortable, where you worked enough to be at an affordable lifestyle. Now, say for instance, somebody who's been thumping that shit, right? You got your job. You also, or you running your business, and you also investing. You're also taking the opportunity to learn about a little bit more so that you can put your money in the right places. You also saving. So your stream is, you're living like the person that's comfortable, but you don't got to wait on your retirement. Your retirement is an extra. It's an added bonus to you. You've created by taking your opportunity to live out your goals, and by being comfortable with your healthy habits, with your happiness, with the relationships that you building, with the engagement that you going out getting. You're comfortable because of that, to where you can live good, take trips, and all of that. You don't have to even budget correctly, in a sense, because you've done that already. Now you're living. Now you take an opportunity to actually just go forth and being great. That's the wealth that they're saying getting to. Wealth ain't always about having the most money. It's about having enough money. You got to have enough out here. We do. We just can't be, and that's going to require you to be busy a lot. If you hit me up all the time and I'm telling you I'm busy, but every time I hit you up, you just comfortable sitting down. You ain't saying nothing. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't got nothing going on. And we 40 something. I know you're going to be fucked up when you 60, 70, 80. Because you ain't doing it right now. You ain't even trying to you're supposed to be busting your ass now. This is bust your ass time, so that you can make sure that when it's time to retire and get to that element, get to that mode, you good. You done did it. You done did the work. You done did the hard. You done went hard at it. That's what you're supposed to be doing right now. That's what you're supposed to be doing right now. What you say? 27 shitty. Well, your ass been going at it hard, because this beard that beard got a whole lot of Snow White in it. And we saying we 27, you got to have a lot of in you. If you 27 and you full gray, that ain't black on crack energy right there, Dennis. All right. We're going to go on to the next one. Let's see. Defining the big picture. Okay, so what's the end game? Y'all? What's your big picture? The reason you get up every morning. What gives you your drive? What makes you say I want more? What makes you make yourself do more? You know what I'm saying? All of that. You wake up early so that you can get to work on time, earn a living, pay the bills, and then what? What are you working toward? Your life cannot just be about paying bills. You cannot just be about paying bills. Yes, he did. It cannot though. You cannot have it. It has to have some additional purpose. And if your purpose is only literally set in the realm of paying bills, I feel bad for you in that element because I work hard. So I'm gonna spend some of that money and I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'm gonna take some time off. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna make the most of everything. I make the most of everything. And that's in all seriousness. I'm gonna see something positive in everything. So I'm gonna make sure that I have some fun. I'm gonna make sure that I have some relaxed time. I'm gonna make sure that I enjoy some of that money that I have to go and work hard for. It's only right. But if a person ain't busy, they're not focused. And if a person ain't focused, they're not growing. And if a person ain't growing, they ain't getting money. All right. So defining the big picture, you want to make sure you have an end game set. You want to make sure for the outcome of your goals that there's something that at the end of the rainbow, all those steps that you're supposed to take to get to it, you want to make sure that at every step, you can say, okay, this is what's next. This is what's next. You following your plan. You making sure you stay in touch. You stay in tune with it. Okay? That's how you're going to define your big picture. You're going to make sure that every goal that you achieve has another goal, another step right behind. Every step for that goal has another step behind it until you get to the end. And this is where the realisticness kicks in. Set actionable steps. You got to make sure that you being because I really it almost irks my soul when a person lie to themselves about something that they know they're not gonna do. So take actionable steps, take realistic steps. Only do things that you know that you only say things and plan things that you know that you're really gonna do. And most of the time, really just shut up about it. Keep it to yourself. Write it down, swallow it, a piece of paper if you have to, but keep it to yourself. Keep some of those goals to yourself. Some of y'all talk too much. You don't even know you don't even know the steps to get to the goal, but you ready to tell somebody what your goal is. You ain't even did the damn research. Ain't even had the goal in your heart for 5 minutes in the world, no. Shut up. We talk too much. We in our that's a lot of the reason why you can't get to the end game because you ain't never had no real plan. Set actionable steps. Make sure you break your big picture down into steps that you can take daily or weekly. This will help you keep it in focus, keep it front and center. And by taking regular steps towards your ideal life, you're ensuring you don't push it back into the back burner as life challenges get in the way. Not because when you focus, it don't matter what the challenges are. You're supposed to, those are hurdles, baby. And one thing about a hurdle, they made to get over. They made to get through. They made to crawl under. They made to push out the fucking way. Hurdles are not supposed to be a breaking point or a stopping point. Not a hurdle. If you allow that to happen, then you easily pushed away and swayed away from what you think that you set up is not yours then. But if I'm going for attainability, baby, I can feel it. I can see it. I can taste it. Because I'm in that direction. I'm working toward it. And I'm seeing my progression. I'm feeling it. And I'm yearning more for the end of it. I'm yearning more for me to hurry and get to my end game. But for you people that set unrealistic steps and unrealistic goals and all that, you really are a hindrance to yourself. You're not a benefit. You're a liar. And you lie to yourself regularly. Stop it. Stop it. You got on your life. Yes, D. Let me tip it. All right. Thank you. That felt good to hear. I meant to read because I kind of felt like I was in a session right then, too. I really did. And it felt good. Constantly review your progress. It's going to be important, y'all, to and I'm talking, and I'm glad I'm talking to people that, you know, my age from 20s on up. I'm glad I'm speaking to that audience because that's my core audience and that's who I love to talk to. Because when I'm talking, we're going to get the people who in their 20s, they're going to hear and see what y'all responses are, and they're going to soak some of that up. And then, as I said to them, when you're working on your healthy habits, by you getting into that in your 20s, your healthy habits will have you prepare for some ride or die shit when you get older. And the ride or die shit ain't about all that what y'all think I'm talking about. It's for you. Goals, life, beneficial shit. But you want to constantly review your progress. And the only way to make sure you stay on track with your ideal life is to have regular review sessions with yourself to see where you are, where you're going. Schedule weekly, monthly, and quarterly reflection moments and planning sessions that include a review of your big picture to make sure it still reflects your ideals, the steps that you've taken, the steps that you're about to take next, and any challenges faced in between, because you're going to have your hurdles. We spoke about that. You're going to have your challenges. You're going to have the things that are going to try to slow you down. The main benefit of those things is to keep you realistic about life, because baby, life going to life. It's going to life. So as you decide that, as you sitting up here seeing every time that you do something great, that life start lifing, every time when you see that, you're going to be like, but I got this though. I did, even in the fact that life it. You done jumped out there and you still running around in this. You done showed up at this networking event and it's raining outside and you don't even like being out in the rain, but that's a hurdle you're gonna cross because you got somewhere to be. You're gonna have to go on, pull that umbrella out, get you a little raincoat. Make sure it's something that you don't mind getting wet when you come to the shoes that you throw on your feet. But you got to be there. You got to. Because if you don't, who's going to suffer in the end from that? You and everybody else that's going to be dependent on you. No, show up. But constantly review your progress. Take those steps. Make sure that every time you're crossing every hurdle, every time you're crossing every step, every time crossing off your list, celebrate it, have a small celebration. I don't care if you jump up and down in the kitchen, just praising. Whatever you do it. Because you've attained something. You're already going step by step. You getting that shit done. So your biggest goal now is to get to the finish line, right? So as you're working to get to the finish line, you got to make sure you giving yourself those progress reports. You got to make sure you being honest with yourself. Honesty, integrity, responsibility, and accountability are going to be some of your biggest main things when you're talking about doing this goal to make your life better. When you're talking about being that benefit, those 4 things are going to be constantly in your day-to-day, because you're gonna have things come at you that's gonna try to question your trust, question your accountability, responsibility, your integrity. You're gonna have so many things that's trying to question you to push you off your pivot. And if you're not strong enough or wise enough or not knowledgeable enough of self, you will fall off. You will. So those daily, those weekly, those monthly progress reports, when you sit down saying what you did these last 2 weeks and how you did it and how did it affect you and what did it do to make your goals more reachable, be honest with yourself. Just do that. Do that for me. Do that for me. Because you need it. All right. And last but not least, these are the most important ones to me. Now, as you start reflecting and doing some intellectual thinking and talking to yourself about what's important as far as what gets you to the benefits of your goals. If this helps, by all means, please follow the plan. This is me. What I write out and what I type up and put down is how I move and how I do things. And then also with a little bit of research thrown in it, because you got to prepare for it. You got to be able to say this is what works. And that's why I can say that. But not one time have I in my whole entire life set up and said, I wish my life was like this of somebody else's, or I wish that I could do it like they did it, or I wish I could move how they move. Comparing your life to somebody else's life it makes you feel like you're falling short in certain areas. And like I already said, knowledge of self will teach you certain things that will show you certain things that you already know. So if you already know you falling short a little bit, you know that. Nope, you don't have to wish for somebody else's life to make you see some shit like that. You already know where you falling short. You feel me? You already know. So you don't have to sit up and say, I want my life to be like theirs, or I want things to run smoothly like theirs. Because you already know why it's not, because you blocking your own shit. That's the person who has knowledge of self. Now, a person who just lied to themselves, oh, it's the world's fault. It's everybody else around them fault. It's never their fault. It's never them that has contributed to any lack of in their own lives. It's never them. All right. So, but we know that we have our own lives to live. No matter how close we are to another person, we have our own unique life experiences, talents, dreams, and paths to walk. But far too often we get caught up in trying to keep up with the Joneses. We compare our lives and our accomplishments to theirs, with us usually falling short, thus making what we have seen less valuable. What we fail to realize is that when we look at each other, we don't always see the reality. Often what we see is what they want us to see. And most people don't let us see the hard stuff. Most people, when you trying to watch their lives and trying to keep up with them so bad, they trying to paint a picture. Grass ain't always green, and it ain't always watered daily. Sometimes they shit not them. Sometimes they throwing trash on the ground. Stop it. Worry about yourself. That's the only way I can see that. Worry about yourself. Why you sitting up here worried about what they got and how they doing it? Your ass ain't gonna be collecting up on your own goals. You can't cross nothing off the list for that month, because you done set up here and gave a whole month to the Joneses. That's what you did. They don't let you see the struggle in their narrative. They're only showing you the white picket fence, the doting spouse, and the angelic children. Focus on yourself. Stay over here, keep your grass watered, keep your house fed, keep your kids happy, keep them taught, be responsible for them. Make sure they understand the things that you're trying to teach them, so they won't sit up here and try to blame you later on in life for things that they saying that you didn't give them. Because we know, we done seen how you see later in life on talk shows where children come back blaming their parents for lack of, on you ain't do this for me, you couldn't do that for me, you ain't worth this to me, you couldn't do that. That's a lie. So stop comparing your lives to other people's. Now, quick recap. Making sure your happiness is strong, making sure you're waking up every day with a form of happiness, even if you got to start off tomorrow morning by telling yourself, I want to wake up happier every day. That you put it in the atmosphere, you putting it out there that you're trying to change the way your feet hit the floor. You want that, okay? Healthy habits. And healthy habits aren't just food. Remember that. It's practices. It's if you're for us that have we're talking about setting actionable steps and doing a progress report check-in. Those are the reasons why you want to write some of those things down, because you may have ideals that you have in the middle of the day and you can't even get to your tablet to write it down. So you got to grab your phone and make a note. Do that. Do that. Create some healthy habits for yourself so your goals can be astounded upon. Building stronger relationships. If you're a single person, even if you're a married person, you still need stronger relationships outside of your marriage. You still need to have trusting bonds with people outside of your marriage. Wealth. You want to have a wealth of goals that are, you want to have a wealth of knowledge, but the wealth of knowledge is going to help you get to your goals faster. It's going to help you get to your goals, to the end game, to the end point, because you are actually working towards something. You're not just trying to be comfortable. You're working towards something. You want to have things that are impenetrable for you and your family that you have to leave behind. So creating those wealth is important. And remember, wealth does not make, we're not trying to say you got to be a billionaire to have wealth. It's different forms, different levels. Defining the big picture, knowing what your end game is, making a preparation for a real strong end game. Setting realistic and actionable steps. Be honest with yourself, baby. Don't tell yourself that you got a goal of waking up 5 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You know you can't even get up at 8. Be honest. Let's start off slow. Let's start off slow with it. If you know that you can't do it like that, let's set a time in between, maybe like 6:30. You know what I'm saying? Maybe close to 7. Let's just be honest. Constantly review your progress and no comparing your life to others. If you follow my quick tip pro, you'll definitely accomplish your things in a more fashionable manner. Also in fashionable meaning that it's going to mentally, physically, and emotionally look good on you once you get to that outcome. You want to make sure that you're doing your part in making your life more beneficial. You want to make sure you're being a benefit to yourself and not being a hindrance. You want to make sure you're being honest with yourself. You want to make sure you're being knowledgeable with the things that you're trying to do. Research, talk to people, network, engage, open up the doors, walk through them. Don't let them close in your face. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all as always. Thank you for being a cooperative audience and giving your feedback. It's helpful to know that the contribution is there because y'all want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I appreciate y'all so much. It's SW Live, and we will be back next Wednesday. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening and the rest of y'all week, and enjoy the weekend. Peace.